The familiar ingredients on our daily dining table may seem simple, but behind them lies a meticulous and enduring harvesting journey. From the fields to the orchards, everything is carefully nurtured to reach perfection before it reaches you, and it all begins from the very first moments on the field. Red apples have long been a familiar symbol in culinary traditions, appearing in everything from fragrant baked goods to sweet apple preserves. On large orchards, the harvesting process is optimized with tree shaking technology. A massive white tarp is spread under the tree, and when the machine begins to operate, gentle vibrations cause the ripe apples to fall naturally, landing softly onto the surface. Everything is safely caught, without harming the structure of the tree. However, for premium apple varieties, human hands are still the decisive factor. The pickers stand on ladders, gently twisting each apple to detach the stem without damaging the smooth skin. The apples are then placed into a bag worn across the chest, allowing them to move nimbly between dense branches. This combination of machinery and skilled craftsmanship ensures that only the finest apples are selected. Moving on, Brussels sprouts are quickly transported from the fields to distribution centers, ready to meet the everyday demands of consumers. The roasted Brussels sprouts with bacon have become a staple dish in many households. To harvest this vegetable, farmers use semi-automatic equipment, sitting directly on the machine to quickly pull each plant from the ground. The long stems, filled with small, lush green buds, are left intact. Then, they are fed into a cutting system equipped with rotating blades, gently separating each bud without bruising them. These green gems fall onto a conveyor belt, where workers inspect and sort them before sending them to the processing plant for washing and packing. Next, broccoli, a common ingredient in everyday meals, is produced globally with an annual output of millions of tons. In the fields, harvesters move swiftly between rows, using sharp knives to cleanly cut the broccoli heads close to the base. They deftly trim along the long leaves to reveal the fresh, succulent florets inside. Each head of broccoli is then carefully placed into a plastic bin and quickly transferred to a transport vehicle. In modern farms, machinery has played an even larger role in this process. Automated harvesting systems can cut entire broccoli plants at once under the shaded canopy, significantly saving time and labor. Meanwhile, dragon fruit, originating from the arid lands of Latin America, has undergone a long journey to become one of the most important fruits in Asia. Today, the dragon fruit industry is worth billions of dollars annually. On vast fields, dragon fruit flowers bloom brightly under the night sky, before transforming into the bright red fruits. When harvest time arrives, each fruit is carefully selected, then sent through strict processing lines. From the field to the table, Each dragon fruit carries with it a long journey of effort and technology. At the same time, pomegranates have gradually become a standout feature in cuisine, with their red seeds glistening like precious gems. Farmers cut each pomegranate from the branches and gently place it into a basket to avoid collisions. With years of experience, they can harvest dozens of fruits in just 1 hour. At larger farms, mobile conveyor belts are deployed across the fields. The pickers simply place the fruit onto the belts, and the system automatically transports them to the containers, optimizing the entire process. Not only harvesting, but technology is also changing the way crops are protected. If spraying pesticides used to be a job fraught with health risks, now drones have replaced humans in this task. These flying devices can evenly apply pesticides across large areas without direct contact. Before each operation, all data about the field area, plant density, and growth stage is calculated and pre-programmed. As a result, pesticide spraying has become more accurate, efficient, and safer than ever, marking a significant advancement in modern agriculture. Closing the harvesting process, amid the cool early year atmosphere, the carrot harvest is taking place in the fields. The harvesting machine grips the green tops and gently pulls the carrot roots from the ground. Thanks to even pulling force, the carrots maintain their straight and beautiful shape. Immediately after being lifted, these bright orange carrots are transferred. The carrots are placed onto an inclined conveyor belt, where the initial cleaning process occurs, removing most of the dirt and remaining leaves. This is the first stop before these fresh carrots reach consumers.
If all 79 million sheep in Australia were to disappear overnight, the country's agricultural sector could fall into chaos faster than many financial crises in modern history. That number is nearly 3 times Australia's population, but more importantly, it represents a production system worth tens of billions of dollars each year. Hundreds of thousands of farmers depend on it, while meat and wool from these flocks are exported to more than 100 countries around the world. Remarkably, Sheep farming thrives most in some of the driest and windiest regions of Australia. Irregular rainfall, vast natural grasslands, and harsh terrain have shaped a unique livestock production model. A single sheep may be raised for many years to produce wool before eventually becoming part of the food supply chain. Each year, Australia's sheep produce more than 660 million pounds of wool and over 1.1 million tons of lamb and mutton. In particular, Australian merino wool accounts for about 70% of the global premium wool market. From tailored suits in Europe to high-end sweaters in Japan, many luxury fashion products originate from sheep raised on Australia's vast grasslands. Yet before these refined products appear in stores, everything begins with a carefully managed life cycle starting even before a sheep. Is born out on farms. Sheep are typically bred when they are around 8 to 12 months old, depending on the breed and physical condition. Breeding is timed so that lambs are born in spring, when pasture growth is at its peak. The gestation period lasts about 145 to 150 days, roughly 5 months. Throughout this time, the health of the ewe is closely monitored. Nutrition must provide enough energy for both birthing and nursing. Most ewes give birth to a single lamb, but with good nutrition, twin births can increase, helping expand the flock more quickly. When lambs are about 2 to 6 weeks old, they enter a stage that is almost mandatory in Australia's sheep production system: tail docking. This procedure helps keep the rear area dry and reduces the risk of fly strike, a condition in which flies lay eggs on moist skin and cause severe damage if left untreated. Despite various preventive measures, thousands of sheep are still affected by this condition each year. As a result, tail docking is considered a necessary practice in large-scale grazing systems. Around the same time, lambs also begin their routine vaccination program. The first injection is usually given when they are about 6 to 8 weeks old, followed by booster shots according to a standard schedule. By the time they are 3 to 4 months old, lambs begin grazing independently and are gradually weaned. From this stage, the flocks are sorted according to their intended purpose. Some are kept for breeding, while others are raised for wool and meat production. Managing tens of thousands of sheep across farms that span thousands of acres is nearly impossible using manual labor alone. For this reason, many modern farms use electronic ear tags to track the age, weight, vaccination schedule, and reproductive records of each animal point. greatest economic values of sheep lies in their wool. Each year, sheep are typically shorn once in late spring or early summer. A skilled shearer can handle between 150 and 200 sheep per day. Alongside wool, lamb and mutton are also among Australia's most important export products. Meat sheep are usually brought to market when they are 6 to 12 months old, with live weights ranging from 88 to 121 pounds. Before reaching processing facilities, sheep are gathered at transfer stations, where they are sorted by weight. They are then transported by specialized trucks equipped with ventilation systems, non-slip flooring, and strict regulations regarding rest time and access to water. Upon arrival, the sheep are allowed to rest and stabilize before entering modern processing systems. The meat is rapidly chilled, graded, and packaged to meet the standards of different international markets. From the remote grasslands of Australia to dining tables on the other side of the planet, the journey of a single sheep can span many years. It endures droughts, demanding breeding seasons and multiple shearings before ultimately becoming part of the global supply chain. If you want to continue exploring the stories behind large-scale agricultural industries around the world, be sure to follow the channel so you don't miss the upcoming episodes. Before sunrise, many fishing ports have already become busy. Boats line up along the pier as sailors prepare for their journey out to sea. Seafood has long been an important food source for humans. Fish, squid, shrimp, and many other marine species provide nutrition for millions of families around the world. The fishing industry also creates a large economic chain, from fishermen at sea to processing factories and seafood markets on land. In many coastal countries, fishing has existed for generations. Fishing trips can last several days and bring back large catches that supply food for markets and provide important income for coastal communities. When the boat reaches a familiar fishing area, the crew begins lowering the net into the sea. The large net slowly slides off the deck and sinks beneath the water. The boat moves in a wide circle to surround the fishing area. Floating buoys mark the position of the net on the surface of the sea. Meanwhile, the crew controls the net ropes to ensure the net spreads evenly and does not tangle. When the circle closes, the fishing zone is completely surrounded. The catch officially begins, and the crew prepares for the hauling stage. After waiting for some time, the captain orders the crew to start pulling in the net. The winch on the deck continuously turns, lifting the heavy net out of the water. As the net rises higher, fish begin to appear and leap vigorously on the surface of the sea. The scene becomes lively as hundreds of fish caught in the net are gradually pulled onto the deck. Along with fish, the net sometimes brings other seafood, such as scallops. These scallops are easily recognized by their hard fan-shaped shells. When the final part of the net is lifted, the seafood spills onto the deck, and the crew quickly begins sorting that addition to nets. Many vessels specialize in catching large fish, such as tuna, swordfish, or marlin. These species are often caught using long-line fishing methods. A main fishing line can stretch several kilometers and holds hundreds of hooks spaced evenly apart. Each hook is baited to attract predatory fish after the line is dropped into the sea. The crew may wait for hours before hauling it back. When the line is pulled up, sometimes a large fish appears beneath the surface and must be lifted onto the deck using a crane. When night falls, many vessels switch to squid fishing. Hundreds of powerful lamps are turned on along both sides of the boat, turning the vessel into a bright point in the dark sea. The strong light attracts squid from deep water to swim near the surface. Squid lines equipped with specialized hooks are lowered into the sea. When squid latch onto the hooks, the reels pull the lines up and the squid drop into trays on the deck. During productive periods, squid can be hauled up continuously, creating a busy atmosphere on board. As soon as seafood is brought onto the deck, it must be handled quickly to maintain freshness. Fish are often rinsed with seawater to remove blood and impurities. They are then placed into containers filled with crushed ice. On larger vessels, seafood may also be stored in chilled seawater tanks or quick freezing systems. Maintaining low temperatures helps preserve the quality of the fish during long trips at sea. The containers are stacked neatly in the storage hold to prepare for transportation. After several days working at sea, the fishing vessel returns to the port. Cranes begin unloading the containers of seafood from the ship to the dock. Refrigerated trucks wait nearby to transport the fish to seafood markets or processing plants. The unloading process often happens quickly to ensure the seafood remains fresh. The containers are loaded onto trucks and leave the port to continue their journey inland. After arriving at processing plants or seafood markets, the fish are sorted by size and quality. Some are sold fresh on the same day, while others are filleted, packaged, or frozen for long-distance transportation. From the ocean to the dining table, each fish goes through a long journey. Behind every familiar seafood dish lies the hard work of fishermen at sea and an entire system of transportation and processing on land. Thanks to these fishing voyages, food from the ocean reaches millions of people every day.
Every year, hundreds of millions of tons of seafood are pulled from the open seas and aquaculture farms across the globe. Most of it becomes a vital source of food, feeding billions of people and sustaining global trade. For many fishermen, the ocean isn't just a livelihood, it's a way of life, the heartbeat of their culture and tradition. Fishing, in many ways, has grown alongside humanity itself, harsh yet magnificent. Today, we'll witness some of the most breathtaking moments where humans and the sea come together to write unforgettable stories. In the vast depths of the ocean, the hunt for the king of the sea, the shark, begins. Fishermen prepare their bait with fresh, bleeding fish to trigger the predator's fierce instincts. Just a drop of blood can draw them in from miles away. Once a shark takes the hook, the angler must brace with all his strength. Some of these beasts can weigh up to half a ton. Before hauling it aboard, they often use a rifle for safety. Though sharks are prized for their culinary and medicinal value, many countries now restrict or ban their capture to protect the fragile balance of marine ecosystems. The hunt for salmon begins in the icy waters of Alaska, where thick fog blankets the sea. In 2024, local fishermen hauled in over 100 million fish, earning tens of millions of dollars for this northern frontier. When the schools appear, massive nets are cast into the water and slowly tightened by hydraulic winches. The bright red, glistening salmon are gathered together, and some vessels now use special pumps to lift the fish aboard, reducing damage and preserving quality for export. Not just the meat, but the salmon roe, too, is carefully processed, sifted, washed, drained, and packed, before making its way to dining tables around the world. After hauling in massive catches of fish, the hunt beneath Alaska's icy waters continues, this time for the ocean's uncrowned king, the red king crab. These giants hide hundreds of meters below the surface, where only massive steel traps can reach. After hours of waiting, the hydraulic winches haul the cages up, filled with hundreds of crimson crabs thrashing in vain. Fishermen quickly sort the catch, keeping only the largest, strongest males and releasing the smaller ones and females, a crucial step to ensure the sustainability of future harvests in these unforgiving northern seas. As the first rays of sunlight touch the waters of Indonesia, fishing boats cut through the waves, heading out to sea once again. Without relying on modern machinery, local fishermen still honor the centuries-old tradition of yellowfin tuna fishing. They use fresh anchovies as bait, tossing them into the water to lure massive schools of tuna. When the surface begins to churn, the captain gives the signal. Dozens of fishermen cast their lines at once, each pull a fierce test of strength and timing. If traditional fishing is a battle of strength between man and the sea, then modern technology has turned it into an entirely new kind of warfare, one ruled by machines. On massive industrial vessels, advanced radar and sensors help fishermen pinpoint the exact location of yellowfin tuna deep in the open ocean. Once confirmed, smaller boats drop the nets while helicopters above track and guide the movement of the schools. The entire crew works in perfect sync, like a giant machine, driving the fish into the center. Within minutes, tens of tons of tuna are hauled aboard, carried along conveyor belts, and packed in ice, kept fresh for days before being shipped to markets across the world. When night falls over the waters of Indonesia, the squid boats light up the horizon like floating lanterns. Powerful lamps shine down on the sea, luring swarms of squid as if drawn by magic. Fishermen use special barbless hooks attached to artificial bait, so when they pull hard, the squid fling themselves right onto the deck. Each trip can bring in 1.5 to 3 tons of catch, worth between $4,000 and $14,000. The squid are then neatly packed into trays, chilled on ice, or deep frozen to preserve their freshness, ready for the bustling morning markets that await. In tropical waters, lobster hunting is both thrilling and demanding for the divers who risk the depths each day. Armed with nothing more than an iron hook and experience, they search through rocky crevices and coral reefs where giant lobsters hide. The moment one is spotted, the diver strikes fast and clean, hooking it before it can escape. Each dive can yield 10 to 30 lobsters, earning around $1,000 per trip, with each one selling for nearly $28 per pound, a hard-earned reward for a day spent beneath the waves. In the world of ocean predators, the swordfish is a true warrior, stretching up to 10 feet long, weighing nearly 440 pounds, and capable of sprinting through the water at almost 55 miles per hour. Once the live bait hits the depths, It doesn't take long before the surface explodes in chaos. The massive fish takes the hook, pulling the line so tight it hums like a guitar string. The struggle can last for hours, a test of endurance between man and beast. When the swordfish finally weakens, the fishermen thrust a harpoon tied with rope into its body, then use steel gaffs to haul it aboard, ending a battle fought with sweat, strength, and raw determination. And those were some of the most breathtaking moments in the world of fishing, where humans and the ocean face off in battles that are both fierce and full of wonder. Every wave, every cast carries a story of survival, endurance, and the unbreakable bond between people and the sea. So, which moment stood out to you the most on this journey? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next incredible stories from the deep.
There are fishing hauls so heavy that the entire boat trembles with every pull. The sound of taut ropes screeching through pulleys, waves slapping against the hull, and fishermen shouting in rhythm blend into a tense symphony across the open ocean. In today's video, we will revisit some of the most authentic, dramatic, and impressive fishing moments ever recorded across different seas around the world. That I am the icy waters of Alaska, widely known as the salmon capital of the United States. A massive circle of net has just completely closed. On the deck, fishermen strain their muscles as they haul in meter after meter of the heavy net. Coordinated shouts echo constantly to keep the team moving in unison. As the net bag slowly rises above the water, thousands of bright silver salmon thrash wildly inside. Each year, these waters produce more than 100 million salmon, making this region one of the largest fishing centers in the world. That I am the waters of India, another net haul that is gradually swelling with weight. As the net is pulled in, large red snappers make the entire net bag heavier with every meter. A few fishermen jump into the water to stabilize the net, while others on the deck work together to pull the enormous net bag onto the boat. When the mouth of the net finally opens, hundreds of red snappers immediately pour into the storage, hold like a shimmering silver stream. As night falls over the waters of Indonesia, squid fishing boats begin to light up with long rows of brilliant LED lamps. The powerful lights attract dense schools of squid gathering beneath the surface. Every small tug on the fishing line travels straight to the hands of the fishermen. Within just a few minutes, hundreds of squid are hooked at the same time. The automated line pulling system operates continuously, bringing steady strings of fresh squid onto the deck at a constant pace. In another freezing sea. A king crab trap, weighing nearly 800 pounds, is slowly lifted from the water by a hydraulic system. When the lid of the trap is open, giant crabs appear with their massive claws clacking against each other. On the deck, the crew quickly inspects and sorts them. Even after working nearly 18 hours straight, they must maintain the pace to ensure the quality of the seafood. Off the coast of India, two small boats coordinate perfectly to surround a large school of mackerel. As the net circle tightens, large dip nets begin swinging rapidly. The shining silver mackerel are quickly transferred from the net into the boat's hold. In a very short time, the storage compartment is completely filled. Laughter erupts as everyone realizes that this single trip could secure income for their families for many weeks. As the sun sets, heavy snow crab pots are lifted one after another from the sea. Work on the deck continues without pause. The pots are opened, the crabs are sorted, and the empty traps are immediately lowered back into the water again. The rhythm of fishing repeats endlessly with near-perfect precision. That I end the waters of Vietnam at night. Powerful floodlights shine directly onto the surface to attract dense schools of anchovies. When the moment is right, the fishermen quickly pull the nets closed. Laughter echoes through the night as the net filled with anchovies rises from the water. On another vessel, a net weighing hundreds of kilograms is slowly hauled onto the deck amid the steady roar of the engine. When the mouth of the net opens, squid and fish are immediately poured into the hold for sorting. On a scallop harvesting vessel, a metal dredge net more than 2 meters wide is dropped to the seabed. After only a short time, the net bag behind it becomes completely full. Once pulled onto the deck, thousands of scallops spill out in piles and are quickly processed. That I am the waters of Australia. A hydraulic pulley system begins lifting lobster traps, weighing more than 150 pounds from the ocean floor to the surface. Fishermen on deck work almost non-stop, repeating this process hundreds of times every day. On some trips, they must check nearly 200 traps. that I am the waters of Japan. A school of tuna is being surrounded from multiple directions. As the net closes in, enormous dip nets are lowered into the water. With each lift, dozens of heavy tuna are brought onto the deck before being transferred directly into the cold storage hold. Across the world's oceans, scenes like these unfold every single day. It is exhausting work that demands strength, skill, and perfect coordination. But for the fishermen, every net filled with fish is not only the reward of a long journey at sea, but also a way of life deeply tied to the vast ocean.
One of the most valuable seafood species in the world is bluefin tuna. Nearly 80% of the world's bluefin tuna production is used to make sushi and sashimi. This shows the enormous pressure placed on offshore fishing trips. To catch this species, often called the blue gold of the ocean, Japanese fishermen use longline fishing, a traditional technique that requires great patience and skill. Before every voyage, everything must be carefully prepared. From fishing lines and hooks to live bait, every detail is checked. Fishermen often choose mackerel or herring as bait because they can attract tuna from far away. When the vessel reaches the fishing grounds, long lines stretching for kilometers with hundreds of hooks are released into the sea. Then begins a waiting period that can last for hours or even days. During this time, fishermen face many risks. There are also threats from the ocean, such as sharks and other predators. For that reason, every voyage feels like a gamble with nature. But when a bluefin tuna weighing dozens or even hundreds of kilograms takes the bait, all the effort becomes worthwhile. As soon as the fish is pulled onto the boat, fishermen must process it immediately to preserve the quality of the meat. The fish is cleaned and moved into storage compartments. On modern vessels, tuna is often flash frozen at around -76°F to maintain freshness throughout the journey back to port. Thanks to this strict process, bluefin tuna has become one of the most valuable seafood products in the world. Wholesale prices for high-quality tuna usually range from $20 to $40 per pound. The next product is squid. Squid prices in Japan have increased 4 to 5 times in recent years. But this is not a positive sign. In reality, Japan's squid fishing industry is facing a serious crisis. In 2000, annual squid catches exceeded 300,000 tons. By 2024, however, the average catch had fallen to only about 0.38 squid per hour per fishing machine. This number shows that marine resources are declining rapidly. When production decreases, supply cannot meet market demand. As a result, Many small and medium-sized squid fishing boats are struggling to operate, and some have been forced to stop working. However, many boat owners still continue to go out to sea. Under these conditions, squid fishing mainly takes place at night. On a commercial scale, squid are harvested using automatic jigging systems. Fishermen use artificial lures shaped like small squid or other marine creatures. These lures are arranged along fishing lines and lowered into the sea. When the boat turns on high-power LED lights, the light becomes a natural attractor. Squid swim toward the bright area and attack the lures suspended in the water. Then the machines pull the entire fishing line back onto the boat. The equipment can operate continuously day and night, saving time and reducing labor. On deck, fishermen quickly collect the squid and place them into baskets. In today's conditions, each fishing trip is not only about profit, but also about survival for many fishermen. However, Japan is not only famous for fish. The country is also known as a kingdom of seaweed, with familiar varieties such as nori, wakame, and hijiki. About 90% of Japan's seaweed comes from Hokkaido, with Hakodate and Iriura being important production areas. Seaweed is usually grown in winter when the seawater is cold and clear, then harvested in spring or early summer. On harvest day, boats move slowly along rows of seaweed nets in the ocean. Machines pull the nets covered with seaweed out of the water. In the middle of the boat, a rotating blade similar to a propeller gently cuts the seaweed from the net. The deck is slippery from seawater and seaweed, so fishermen must work carefully. A boat full of seaweed can produce around 10,000 sheets of nori after processing. Interestingly, seaweed farmers actually welcome rainy weather because rainwater carries nutrients from land into the ocean, helping seaweed grow better and improving both quality and yield. But as marine resources continue to decline and costs rise, the fishing industry faces many challenges. Therefore, sustainable harvesting and aquaculture are becoming important solutions to protect the ocean while ensuring food supplies for the future. What do you think about this? Share your opinion in the comments and do not forget to subscribe to the channel to see more upcoming videos. Did you know that tens of millions of lobsters are consumed worldwide every year? Few can imagine that their journey begins deep down at the bottom of the ocean. In today's story, I'll take you along with the fishermen of the coastal regions to explore how they catch this precious seafood and the challenges they face to bring fresh lobsters to our tables. Each trip usually begins at dawn. Before the sun rises, fishermen wake up and carefully prepare everything. Making use of daylight is crucial, since offshore work is not only labor-intensive but also time-dependent. Once they reach the chosen waters, they prepare the bait, usually herring or mackerel. The strong scent of these fish is especially attractive to lobsters. The bait is placed inside mesh bags, secured in traps, and dropped into the water. Depending on the location, traps may soak for hours or even a full day. Once the smell spreads, lobsters nearby are drawn in. The traps are cleverly designed, easy to enter, nearly impossible to escape. When it's time to haul traps, fishermen look for the marked buoys and hook the lines to pull them up. Each trap is heavy, sometimes requiring hydraulic winches for assistance. Bit by bit, the traps break the surface, revealing lobsters wriggling inside. Fishermen quickly remove them, place them in trays, and measure their size with special gauges. Only those that meet market standards are kept. Undersized lobsters or females carrying eggs are released back to the sea. To protect breeding stock, fishermen cut a small notch on the tail of egg-bearing females before release. This mark warns future fishermen to let them go again, ensuring population stability. After harvest, many secure lobster claws with rubber bands to prevent them from fighting in the tanks, maintaining both their quality and the fishermen's safety. Besides trapping, some regions use spearfishing. Skilled divers, armed with spear guns, dive to the seabed, searching through rocky crevices. Sometimes, however, lobsters move so slowly that bare hands are enough. That's why this method is popular among tourists, an adventurous yet family-friendly activity for coastal communities. After sorting, lobsters are placed in seawater tanks maintained at 39 to 46 degrees Fahrenheit to keep them alive. These tanks are secured on the boats throughout the return trip. At the port, cranes lift containers off the vessel. Lobsters are weighed, priced, and sold to wholesalers or processing companies. It's no surprise lobsters are among the most expensive seafood in the US. Retail prices often range from $30–60 per pound, with wholesale prices sometimes exceeding $1,000, depending on size. Before reaching consumers, lobsters go through careful processing. They are separated into body and claws. Claw meat is usually boiled, extracted, and vacuum-packed at 25 to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Some lobsters are steamed whole to preserve their natural sweetness. From there, they become the star of dishes, stir-fried with garlic butter, cooked in creamy sauces, or grilled with spices. From the depths of the ocean, through the skilled hands and patience of fishermen, lobsters finally arrive at the banquet table, carrying the essence of the sea. Behind each luxurious dish lies a long journey, filled with sweat and effort from those who live and work on the restless waves.